Alrighty, everybody, and welcome. So, we're going to be going ahead and trying to do a randomizer Nuzlocke, well, randomizer Dicelocke for Pokemon Unbound. And so, before we get started, I want to point out a few things here. My speech pattern is not the greatest. I'm not the smoothest talker, and I can occasionally forget things. So, if that's something that's going to be a deal breaker for you, sorry, I don't know what I can do for you. If you're fine with it or you find it somewhat entertaining, hey, that is good for everybody. And throughout the course of the video, if you run into anything that you want to point out, see some place where I make a mistake, or if you find something I say that's actually useful, God forbid, go ahead and drop a comment down in the beneath the description. And hey, more information that's available for everybody, better it is for everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and get this going. Let's see here. All right, welcome to Pokemon Unbound. Before you begin playing, please be aware that this is a non-profit fan game. If you paid for this game, reclaim your money immediately. In the world which you care about to, in the world which you are about to enter, you will embark on a grand adventure with you as the hero. The world is a big place. Take your time exploring. There is no rush. Well, that's a little bit of a lie, but we'll see. Speak to people. Check things wherever you go, be it in towns, roads, or caves. The world and its people are alive. As you grow, they will grow along with you. With that in mind, you are almost ready to enter the Boreas region. But first... Alright, so it's time to design our character here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to keep the skin tone and the sex, and we're going to go dirty blonde. It's a black jacket. Unser red, unser white trim. And we are going to be playing as Hans. And there. Now, let's determine the best way for you to play the game. Is this your first time playing Pokemon Unbound? No, it is not. Though I'll admit I've only gotten about halfway through the game before. And that was halfway through the badges. There's the badges, then there's the Elite Four, there's the main storyline, there's all the side missions, and there's a whole bunch of in-game content because you get access to Gen 8, you get access to all the legendaries. So we'll set the puzzle difficulty to challenging. And a lot of these things can be pretty much anything you can set here at the start is changeable in the settings menu. And then some things like the puzzle difficulty, you'll just have to leave and re-enter an area for it to take effect. Battle difficulty, like difficult. Expert and insane are for people with masochism issues. Yes, I want the difficult difficulty. We also want the level cap because there is an option to cap levels in this game. Your level cap is determined by how many badges you've gotten. Let's see here. Would you like to view enhancement options? Yes, I would. We're going to be playing with species randomized. We are not going to be randomizing the level up movesets or abilities of the Pokemon. And we are not doing stat rebalancing because Pokemon legendaries should be legendaries, starters and non-evolutions should be what they are. And you shouldn't be rebalancing everything up to 600 base stat total just in order to balance the game out. That's just not right. Now, we're not going to go ahead and skip the cutscenes. This is so I can actually take you through the cutscenes. Took me 20 tries to get a good start run, and then I'm going to splice this in with the start run. That way you guys can get everything. All right, so, long ago, the Boreas region was engulfed by a great war with a foreign land. It was a brutal war, one which lasted many years. During that time, the enemy managed to seize the upper hand. On the brink of defeat, the Borean king summoned a dark force to help turn the tides of battle. Apparently the dark force is Hoopa. The foreign army's advantage was lost almost instantly. As soon as it entered the battlefield, the Dark Force used its power to create portals and transport the invading army back home. With the foreign army gone, the war seemed at an end for Boreas. However, their king, overcome by his lust for power, sent the Borean army through the portals as well. The war continued to rage in the foreign land for several years. Many more men and Pokemon were conscripted to fight and inevitably met their end on the battlefield. One such Pokemon having been a dear friend of the enemy king. Overcome with grief, the king built a device to restore its life, granting himself immortality in the process. But this traumatic event left him scarred and filled with anger. Unable to forgive the world that had hurt his precious Pokemon, he turned his machine into a giant weapon, the ultimate weapon. The king became a bringer of destruction that ended the war. With the war over, what little remained of the Borean army returned home. The king's Pokemon left him, and the battlefield became silent. Yet peace was still to come. Enraged over the fruitless war fought, survivors of the war wished for ample compensation from the Borean king. When he had nothing to offer them, they began to manipulate the Dark Force to attack the Borean kingdom in an attempted coup. In an effort to stop the madness, the Borean king gathered the legendary Pokemon: Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Using the power of the three birds, a prison was created for the Dark Force, sealing its power. It became a shadow of its former self. Stripped of its power, it was taken in by the king and supervised by his progeny until one fateful day. This is 16 years before where we pick up. Hoopa, I worry, old friend, for the future, for if, no, when she arrives, I won't be able to protect you if she tries something. No, she will try something. It's a matter of what it will be. That's why, my friend, you must go into hiding. I'll send your Pokeball adrift, awash amidst the waves. You'll surely be safer at sea than you were if you were to remain with me. If I'm wrong and nothing happens, I'll call you back. That's a neat trick. You can teleport Pokeballs? Let's see here. And in turn, should the wrong sort try to force your true power free, then trust him to protect you. Farewell, my good friend. So you've come after all. Let's get this over with. And then this is 15 years later. I promised him I would finish the war, but right now, I cannot even fathom the possibility. Whatever should I do? Pokeball here? Now? This Pokemon, it can't be. Hoopa. Anyway. It appears, Grandpa, there may be a way after all. It is time for destruction to engulf the land, and for the eternal flower to bloom once again. Okay, apparently this guy is causing trouble. Okay, so that should take us to present day. And now we get kidnapped. Like, literally, since we're still a kid, we're getting kidnapped. Zeph is going to freak out when he hears about this. Sorry, sometimes I forget to read the occasional line. I will try to remember better in future. Stop. Have I not told you countless times to stay out of my cube space, unless you have an express permission? I'm aware you cannot travel through your rings anymore, but that does not give you the right to disobey me. Were you the one responsible for bringing him here? I do not know what you wanted him for, but you have been a repeated nuisance ever since I found you on that beach. I may not be your true guardian, but I am your trainer now. And as your trainer, I ordered you to cease these immature antics of yours, now. What a bother. Wait, now that I think about it, I could work with this. Okay. And so we're going to run down here. We're going to grab our potion. And we're going to go ahead and do the rival meetup. And I'm not going to go through and read the conversation with the guard, because that would mean having to beat him, and I don't know if the randomizer is going to be nice enough to me. It took 20 tries to get one good one. So. Oh, hey, who do you think you are? Do you think you can get away with keeping me locked up in here? You'd better let me through right now, or you're going to feel my wrath. Back off, kid. I'm under strict orders to keep you locked up. So scram, unless you want to feel my wrath. Smart choice. Keep far away from this door, and you won't regret it. Oh, who are you? Pretty sure I was here by myself when they threw me in here. Hans, huh? And you're saying you got sucked in here by a magic portal? That's a pretty dramatic entrance. Hey, those clothes. Do you live in the Frozen Heights? I just moved in, but I never stopped by to say hi. Say, how about we buddy up for a while and look for a way out here? The door back there is a bust with the guard in the way. Yeah, I suck at accents. We're just going to let that go. Oh, hey, I guess I should introduce myself, partner. My name is... And because you are a douchebag, which means you are French, we're going to give you a French name. My name is Louis. Well, Louis. I'm looking for my parents, and I thought these people would have a lead on them. And, well, you can see what they hate when people go snooping. Anyway, we better start looking for another exit. Let's move. Gotta hit this guy. You hear that, Hans? Sounded like some Pokemon are trapped in that cage over there. Let's go check it out. All right. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to transfer at this point to the standard video. Okay. Oh, no, please no. Not the trash Pokemon. Ah, Magmortar. I know what I'm going to be naming you. Okay, yeah, I guess we can try to make this work. This is scuffed. Okay. Magmortar, I can work with that. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Thank you. Let me look up how this nomenclature is here real quick. Okay, so I can do this. Yeah, for anyone wondering, for anyone wondering, the name I just gave him is 8 centimeter Granatwerfer 34, or a German World War II 80 millimeter mortar. All right, and let's see what the guard has, because the guard's probably going to wipe me out. Okay, that's a weird combo. Pheromosa and Solosis? Okay, you're pure fairy? No, you're pure psychic. And you're a plant fighter. Okay, this is going to be weird. Still not sure if I can beat this trash Pokemon. Yeah, this is... I guess we'll do that in place of Leer, so I can at least get rid of any buffs that someone puts on themselves. Okay. You're getting smogged, because you're pissing me off. Okay, so we managed to get through that. Yada, yada. And we're probably going to get our butts handed to us by the rival, because balance? What's balance? Yep, we're going to get kicked by the rival. Because the trash Pokemon is not great, but Garbodor, I think, is more powerful than me at this point. And I don't think I can even poison him. So my only hope is to just burn him. Oh, apparently he is burnable garbage. That's not going to feel good, though. I don't think I can poison him, but I'll try. Yeah, no, that didn't really do anything. Oh, you're gonna make me forget Ember. Oh, no, no, no. Amnesia is a defense buff. I forget. Okay, wow. So we actually have a good start. I'll be damned. Alright. That was a fine battle. It was very enthralling, if I do say so myself. No one cares how it made you feel, old man. I only care about how strong it made our Pokemon. Well, from what I can see, your Pokemon do have some nice stats. I see a potential for them to become strong one day. Finally, the first useful thing you said all day. Oh, and it's going to be the last, because I am out of here. Sacre bleu. Well, he's certainly a handful, isn't he? Now that he's gone, who will run my errands for me? Ah, yes, Hans! You seem rather capable. You should assist me. Ah, what a splendid idea. Your father was well known for helping others, after all. Totally telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you to make you do things for me, because I'm a lazy old man. It's only fitting that his son should follow in his footsteps. As for the task, there's a package in Bellintown at the Pokemart. I would get it myself, but my assistants and I are much too busy with our own research. Don't fret, the clerk knows someone will be picking it up in my stead. Since you have your own Pokemon with you, it should be easy, but just in case, this repellent will make the journey easier. While you're at it, you should assist me with another task. A fellow Professor Oak asked me to give these to 2 young trainers. It's an encyclopedia for recording the data of Pokemon. Apparently, Boreas has plenty of Pokemon his own region lacks. Receive the Pokedex. Personally, I'm content with just observing species for the Pokedex. However, I want complete data on them, including their base stats. You'll need to catch them. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. Okay, we've got Pokeballs, which means we can do encounters. All right, so at this point, we're actually in the run. Everything is fully a go. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. We're not going to do our first encounter for this. You might see a couple of skips here and there. I'm going to be going ahead and cutting in some stuff where I actually do read through like the intro cutscene and the introduction to the rival. Just to actually flesh this out, it took me between the practice runs last night and then the runs I did today, it took me about 20 tries to get to this point with actually beating the rival and the guard. So I hope you understand that I'm having to kind of do this in pieces and assemble it. The episodes from here going forward will all be just straight up direct recording. It's just the first episode where I'm going to have to kind of splice some stuff in there. That way you're actually getting the proper intro. I wasn't going to sit there through the cutscenes and actually read out everything and do the voices for 20 different tries and have none of them work. So I kind of blazed through it a little bit. We'll get the audio patched in earlier on, and I hope you guys have a good time. Oh, and before I leave, I probably should remember to say this. Again, if you see anything that, hey, you think I made a mistake, or you did, hey, I should know this going forward, or, if you just have any random opinion you want to throw out, even if it's calling me an asshole, I'm perfectly fine with that. Just drop it down in the comments. And, hey, if it's actually like, a question or something like that, I'll go ahead and I'll see about getting back to you and helping if I can. I can't guarantee I can answer questions because, frankly, I'm not the sharpest block, but we'll see what we can do.